Hello guys, what is up? Welcome to the very first episode of Super Mario Brothers 2. In today's episode, just like the rest of the episodes, we're going to be getting through one world. I'm going to be going, like episode 6, world 6, blah blah blah. You guys know. This is the story right here. It's basically like a recap. That's basically a huge foreshadow right there. Something about like Mario sees what he saw in his dream, like here in 1-1. So, I mean, yeah. That's a big foreshadowing. Spoiler alert if you want to go ahead and skip, even though this game was made in like the 80s. The ending of the game, this whole fucking thing was a dream, which kind of sucks because I hate this game. So playing it is bad enough. Yeah. Yeah. I hate that ending because it means I played all this shit for nothing, basically. I mean, yeah, you get a small, very very small feeling of accomplishment, but it was all a dream. I'm gonna be honest. This is not my favorite Mario game. Not even close to my favorite Mario game. Um, I mean, yeah. I think Peach is the clear choice on who you want to use in this entire playthrough. If you're deciding to play the game, yeah, I think Peach is definitely the clear choice you want to use because there are some tricky jumps you gotta land on, like one block platforms and shit. Peach can float above those so that you have more accurate precision. Then, yeah. I will say I'm voicing over my footage for every episode of this. That's pretty much what I do with Mario Let's Plays because it's easier to edit in, smaller clips and stuff just doing that. If I were to edit out every piece of my footage, and like every death and stuff, then it would be too much work to say the least. I mean, you're gonna be able to tell at some parts. The editing is definitely gonna be a bit choppy at times. Yeah. Other than that, this game, like as I was saying before, I really don't like it. I know some people they do like it because of the fact that it's different. That's the exact reason I don't like it. It doesn't play like a Mario game that I want to play. It plays extremely weirdly and animated like. It's like cartoonish in a way that I don't like. Um, Not to mention the difficulty of this game. It, it's very, very difficult. I genuinely think this is harder than the Lost Levels. I've never gone a moment in my life without thinking this is harder than the Lost Levels. The Lost Levels, again, it's like a familiar style of gameplay. You know what to do. It's just a matter of getting around some stuff. This game, it's not familiar to you. It's hard to get used to because the game is so short. And again, just the difficulty in general is kind of unfair, to say the least. Uh, I'm gonna be honest, I used save states a lot here. You're gonna see me pause at like random times, like right here. I used a save state. I really don't care because again, like you could probably tell because of the choppy editing. But again, like I used a save state. I don't care at this point because this game, the difficulty, especially for me playing on an emulator, it was way too much. I couldn't deal with this difficulty. Hate me for it, but yeah, that's how it's gotta be. Um, I think I used the save state there, if I'm being honest. Just, so I didn't have to keep on replaying through the intro of the level. And I mean, yeah, some aspects of this game is like a puzzle game, I guess. This is where that first comes into play, which is another thing I don't like. I don't like that it's like platformer slash puzzle in a way. It's it, it's too different for me. I just want to play a Mario game. When I want to play a Mario game, I want to play it because it's easy, and it's something that can like take my mind off of stuff. It's something I can play with the whole friends, the family. It's something that's just really easy to get through, something that you can both feel accomplished and feel relieved at the same time while you're playing it. Um, yeah, this is the exact opposite. It feels like a burden to play through. It feels like a burden to just knowing that this exists in the Mario franchise is a burden. And I will say, before this Let's Play, I had never beaten this game before. This playthrough is my first time beating this game because I never bothered to before. It's again, the difficulty was too much for me. I always even found the lost levels to be easier than this. I don't know what it was, but yeah. And I wouldn't say little known fact, actually kind of a well known fact. But this game was not actually a Mario game at first. That's why it plays so differently. It was I want to say it's called Doki Doki game. And, don't take my word for it because I'm probably wrong. But I think the franchise is called Doki Doki. And basically, Nintendo got rights to it or something and, kind of reskinned everything into a bunch of Mario characters. Again, I know for the most part that is the story of what happened, but don't take my word on like the small details. I don't know much about this because again, I don't like this game. Why would I look into it? Why do I care about it? I know you can 100% this, and I don't know how exactly, but I guess there are like secret bosses and stuff. Like there's a Mecha Birdo or something, and I know for a fact in my playthrough I didn't battle that, but I know it exists. I know that much. So yeah, I guess it's like a secret boss of some type. Yeah. And then we have 1-3, probably the hardest level in the whole world. Mostly because of the inside of this building or cave or whatever you want to call it coming up here. Yeah. This part, again, way too difficult for my liking. Especially playing on an emulator. Just, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't control right. We're in the first episode of this Let's Play. You guys are going to hear this a lot throughout this Let's Play. Just me ranting about how I do not like this game. But, yeah. And I am playing this because what I'm trying to do, I'm forcing myself through this, unfortunately. Because what I am trying to do is play through every Mario game before the release of the Super Mario Brothers movie in 2023. I know I'm not going to be able to play all of them, but I'm hoping at least the main series ones I can knock out, and maybe even one or two of the RPG games. To say the least, I have a lot of gaming coming up. Fun time, boring time, I don't know what it'll be. But yeah, and I mean, then again, it's Mario. Who doesn't have fun with it? Coming up on the end right here, though. This is the part that really sucks. This thing has to chase you all the way down. But yeah, I mean, hey. I used save states and shit, but at least I can say I beat this game. Which is more than I was able to, like, even a month ago. Because, again, I didn't give a shit about it. I don't give a shit about it to this day. Now that I have beaten it. I do have every episode past this recorded. So that's something. But yeah. I mean, I guess if anything, the bosses are fun. But hell, that's everything, isn't it? What game doesn't have fun bosses, you know what I'm saying? I think I used a save state right there too. Yep, you could see the clip there. So what you want to do, you want to throw these bombs and explode that wall. That one missed, but the boss, he's going to throw a bomb for you. Because he's so nice. Such a kind-hearted soul. But yeah, I will say, me playing on an emulator, the Mauser bosses and the final boss were surprisingly the hardest ones, even though they're known as some of the easiest bosses in this game. The Hydra, the Fireball, the Bird, those were all pretty easy. I guess not really the bird statue thing, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's going to be it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I think that's going to be about it. Bye, I guess.